Hello and welcome to the 30 to Lock show. My name is Joshua Reimer. I'm joined by none other than Jared Block, who's over on my right. Jared, how you doing, man? How is this fine Tuesday treating you?
It's good, man. It's been a busy day. Actually, more so a busy afternoon. Everything's kind of condensed. We have the early only slate still sweating. We have an NBA slate that locks in 20 minutes, and then we have this awesome MLB main slate. I don't think I've been more pumped for a main slate this season outside of opening day than this one.
Yeah, man, it's definitely an interesting one where I don't think I've ever felt as. I think this is my best, like how I feel before the slate. This is the best I felt about a lineup so far. I feel like just overall, it's really, really good. So I'm pumped. I'm excited. And then we have NBA, which I know, end of season NBA really sucks. But once you get to the playoffs, man, it's a completely different world. It's a completely different game. And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So I know I'm just as thrilled for this NBA, playoffs. And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these two games tonight.
Absolutely. Also, wanted to just confirm that that was the first time that anybody's ever double donged on a podcast for us. So it was
Yeah.
pretty awesome to see that.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened before. I'm trying to think of all the times we've done podcasts with Sean and to think if it has ever happened, but I think that has to be the first ever double dong by Seiya Suzuki on a show. And who knows if he gets a third dong while we're on the show, then we're forever committed to Seiya Suzuki. He comes up next inning, so we'll just have to see. I'm keeping an eye on this game because we do need another hit from him if we could possibly get it. But we have a loaded main slate. So let's talk a little bit about this MLB slate. If you guys have your questions about NBA tonight, feel free to ask them in the chat. We are more than happy to answer them. But we're going to talk about MLB, and then we'll answer questions about both NBA and MLB.
Yep. By the way, I think we might already be committed to Suzuki now for the rest of the season. He
I
might
guess
just
so.
be one of those guys.
Yeah, Suzuki might be the new Kyle Tucker of my world. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I love it. I love this main slate for the MLB too. It's really really nice. I like how both of my builds came together, and I'm really happy to see. Very excited. I don't think I'm excited, but I don't think I've been this excited to see ownership. This is unique for me because I'm the cash game guy for NFL. So I don't care whatsoever about ownership from that front. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, I don't think I've been more excited to look at ownership ever in my life.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. It's a unique spot to be able to look at ownership and get excited about it. I feel like you get to get more excited about ownership in NBA and MLB more so than wherever else.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have again like I like 6 to 7 stacks. I think Josh is more dialed in on 3 to 4. And truly I think like one of those stacks, the Braves comes in. I've actually seen what you've seen in terms of people talking about that team, and
Hmm.
I get some really good feelings about fading that spot entirely.
Yep, I tend to agree. I feel really confident about fading that spot and starting to get excited about what that could hold.
Little Italy says whoever plays the Pirates. I was really hoping your team would come through for us more. Maybe they still will, but I had some Pirates exposure.
Yeah, just the Pirates are going to be the Pirates, I guess.
Right, guys, subscribing with tier 1. Subscribe for
Ooh,
9 months. Thank you, sir. Good
thank
to see
you.
you back in here. Again, if you guys have any NBA or MLB questions, whether that's 1v1s, 2v2s, home run calls, anything else, we'll definitely cover it. I'll really briefly talk about the starting lineups here for this first game that locks right at 7 o'clock. It is the Nets Cavs. Cavs are still +8 underdogs. I'm gonna actually check that just to make sure. I refresh this page to make sure we have the right odds here. Actually, the Brooklyn Nets, Josh, are all the way up to 9.5 point favorites now.
Really?
So I feel very comfortable taking Cleveland +9.5 still. Not financial advice, but that's what I would pick if I were to pick one thing. Anyway, the starting lineups for these teams. Cavs will start Garland, Okoro, Levert, Markkanen, Mobley, and the Nets will start Irving, Curry, Bruce Brown, Durant, Andre Drummond. No real surprises there. I think that Okoro was going to slide into that too anyway to kind of be there for defense.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. He's definitely a solid defensive piece. Just from hearing that Cleveland lineup, I really like the upside that Garland has. But I know we're kind of both on that take of Garland being a really, really solid play tonight.
Yep, he's a strong option. I think FanDuel's fairly simple. That's what we're providing tonight for the NBA members. I do think that it's one of Durant or Irving, and I think I can feel pretty confident in saying that you can't play both of them.
Yeah, I would tend to agree there for sure.
Okay, my power forward two play is not going to work out, Josh. Unfortunately
Oh
tonight.
no, why not?
I mean, I don't know if you think that he's going to get some playing time tonight.
Bro, I think maybe I just put him in the lineup too. You can't tell me that he's not going to work out
I
now.
mean, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about it.
I think that they have to use him purely for size. Like I think they need him for size on that team.
And experience, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe experience too. Who knows? I think Batum could get. We'll let the cat out of the bag here. I think Batum could get some interesting run here. And at 3,900, like the main thing for me is that like, especially in the playoffs, you want to load up on the stars. We know that these stars are really going to take over games, and I think that to get your stars that you really want on this slate, you've got to find some interesting value because there's not a ton of value to be had. Batum might want to be one of those guys, man. I at least I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I can get behind it. I'm not scared to play Batum necessarily. One guy that I am scared to play, which I'm not going to do, is Blake Griffin at mid price.
Dude, you gotta try it, man. You gotta just let it go. You gotta
Oh
let him do
man.
his thing.
Hey, I will say, like, nobody expected him to do anything. He didn't do anything the entire year. And then last year, he just comes out and dunks and has like 30 FanDuel points in all the playoff games, right? So
Did you play
I'm
Brian
just saying,
Reynolds?
I did.
Brian Reynolds just hit a home run for the
Wow. All
Pirates.
right.
Look at us, just
I
hitting all the home runs on the show.
I played him on both sites, and I
If
still have my pitcher to go in on FanDuel.
if you played DraftKings for the only early only slate, you also got a Brian Reynolds home run. So that gives 3 home runs to our outfield alongside of Steven Kwan, who did pretty damn well today. So FanDuel's cooking, or DraftKings is cooking with gas over there. We're really solid where we're at over on DraftKings as of right now.
I need to check and see if I called. I don't think I did this. Maybe I did, so I don't want to say it ahead of time. I did.
I'm
I called Brian Reynolds home run. That's what I
Bro,
did.
let's
Nice.
go. Very
Very
nice.
nice.
You
So I
love to
know
see
Bacon
that.
had like a plus. He said he just put in a plus 44,000 parlay. So I think you played the other one from earlier. That's probably actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Hornets versus Hawks tomorrow. Yep, that's a nice game. We just got the news John Collins is out, so one team's gonna be down at least one player on either side.
hmm
Should be interesting. I have the Hawks, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hawks there. We'll
Yeah,
talk about that more tomorrow though.
definitely. I think the Hawks are a solid option there, especially with that spread. It's so low right now, but I think you could definitely see the Hawks win by more than 3.
Uh, heard Ty Lue's running an 8-man rotation. Yeah, that's all I need to know about Blake Griffin.
That's all I need to know about Batum. Bro, Batum's going to get so much run. He's going to be part of that 8 man, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway,
Yeah. All
all
right.
right.
Definitely just heard the wrong coach name in my head when I read that back. It's
Yeah,
okay
I,
though.
I realized when you stopped there a little bit that you might have heard the wrong guy, but that's okay.
We're all good.
Um,
We're sweating out like 8 things at once right now here.
yeah, we have NBA FanDuel lock coming up in like 11 minutes. We have baseball on my left. We have to talk with the members. We've got everything going on. Truly. By the way, for my NBA members, for those who don't know, I'm posting for the catch game package for the rest of the playoffs, and that is about to be posted up on the site and then over on Discord next. Just so you know, and we have Seiya Suzuki coming up in a few minutes as well.
Question for you. Um, who gets more run between Amir Coffee or Terrence Mann?
I would assume Terrence Mann. They seem pretty confident in the fact that Amir Coffey is kind of like that midseason guy that they never really want to use, but they use intermittently. So I would lean with Terrence Mann being a guy that they actually use.
Nice. Okay. Lots of stuff going on here. Wow. All right. Need to like stop sweating this early only slate to actually get everything going here. But guys,
Oh,
we are posting everywhere. I would, if you're playing both sports tonight, prioritize getting the NBA lineups in first. We have 5 minutes of buffer time for baseball. I have posted my all GPP content for the MLB slate's been posted, so you can get to that in the next couple of minutes before Josh posts all his stuff.
yeah. By the way, guys, NBA content's all posted, so I know I needed to get that out there, but it's all good to go.
Very nice.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys, for all
I'm
the dings
requested
as
to
well.
play.
That's what you get when I have to take a whole bunch of screenshots for all the content getting posted. So sorry about all the dings, but just deal with them for a little bit longer. We're almost done.
That's what happens when you get sport overlap, man.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff to screenshot, a lot of stuff to get out there. I know my buddy always wants my home run calls for the day, so I've got to send him that right now.
Very nice. Yeah, I feel very good about the process in general today as a whole, um, and I hope that we do get this a relatively later lock time tomorrow for early only. We'll see though. We'll keep you guys updated on how that's going to all pan out. But it is kind of a scheduling nightmare tomorrow specifically for everything.
Yeah.
Not even
By
sports.
the way, Brian, I see you say no DK. You don't see DK for NBA. We're not doing DK for the playoffs. Only FanDuel. Maybe for one of these 4 game slates, like we'll do DK, but not gonna do it during these 2 game slates. You can ask us questions or use the FanDuel lineup to base your get. I know you probably have entries that you reserve, so use the FanDuel lineup. And if you have any more questions like 1v1s, we can answer them right here. You got 8 minutes, so fire away now. All right, Seiya Suzuki's up. Just got a bullshit strike call that was clearly outside the zone, but you got it, Suzuki. Just you know, I don't even know who this guy is. David Bednar is pitching for the Pirates right now.
Yeah, he could make history and he'd forever be. I'd have to buy his jersey and I don't want to buy a Cubs jersey.
Yeah, you'd have to buy his jersey. We both had to buy his jersey, 100%. Atlanta fan saying, "What's up, RR? Finally able to catch them 30 to lock. Glad you are able to catch it, good sir. We've been doing it for the last few days, and it's been a lot of fun." BGO says PG-13 or Garland. Give me Garland. And be be Big Boy 427 said a pitcher that you must start for the 605 slate. If we're talking about DraftKings, I think I can give this one away because I feel like it's going to be pretty chalky. I like Dakota Hudson as your SP2.
Yep. Way too cheap over there. Should be closer to 8.5. Maybe even, well, I won't go 9. I'll say 8,500 is probably a fair tag for him on DraftKings.
Dan the Blue said, "Did you see the Reynolds dinger?" Yeah, we did. We were talking about it, man. Gives us both a
I'm
home
pumped.
run over on
I haven't even gotten to
DraftKings.
pick yet.
Yeah, neither have I, but I'm extremely excited. Actually, you know what happened to my DraftKings entries, so not a happy camper, but members get the dub, and that's all that matters. We were on the Twitter Spaces, and someone, aka me, forgot to hit save on my DK entry, so that was an unfortunate event that happened this afternoon. But glad to see we're in a good spot.
All right. I'm just making sure that everything's posted everywhere, just so that we have all of our bases covered. Because that's a lot. I know it is.
Yeah, I'm
That's
getting
done.
posted on. Last thing I have to post is the FanDuel lineup, which is getting done momentarily. Oh,
Perfect.
Suzuki
All right.
just striked out. Wah, wah, wah. That's sad.
Yeah, I'm making a bold call on PG-13 because I think he will be popular tonight. I'm personally going with Towns. I think that if there's one guy, like I know that they could lose tonight, but Towns is one of my favorite players to take that next proverbial step up in playoff time.
Yeah, I like that
Again,
take.
They have to be able to get through one game, obviously, to do so. Well, no, they still have the other game, right? They can still make it if they lose tonight. But I do think this is the spot where Towns is going to have to overcome some adversity.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think Towns is going to have to overcome that adversity, and it should be a solid spot for him, depending on. It should be a solid spot depending on what that lineup looks like for the Nets or for the Clippers. Sorry.
Yeah. More importantly, it's Jared Vanderbilt defense on PG-13 that takes me off the play.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a tough one for sure.
SP2 on DraftKings is Cobb a solid option? He definitely is. That's what I would suggest if you want to double pay down at pitcher today.
Yep, I can get behind that. Dan the Blue says it's a rookie mistake to forget those entries. Yeah, man, I agree. I was pretty pissed off about it. You can ask Jared, but sometimes we're a little busy. FD or FanDuel sneaky GPP stack. This is an Atlanta fan asking Rockies or Baltimore. I love this question. These are two sneaky stacks that we personally talked about. Which one would you lean with, GPP, bro?
If you're looking for lower ownership, it's definitely Baltimore. And I personally, I those two teams specifically were not two teams I paired up against each other. I went Rockies tonight, but I do think that you can go Baltimore and feel just as good about it.
Yeah, I would agree that you could feel good about either side. I definitely lean, personally, I lean the Rocky side, but that's because I have my own personal interest in them tonight. Um, Big Boy says might be a dumb question. Oh, you're asking what a GPP is? Just like tournament builds. GPP stands for guaranteed prize pool, but it's just referring to the tournaments over on FanDuel or on DraftKings. Did we answered the Cobb question right about him being SP2 on DK?
Yeah, I think he's a really strong SP2 option.
Yep, I
You
would
can
agree with that.
technically call Hudson the SP2 if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you can, for sure.
All right, guys, 3 minutes until the NBA slate locks and 8 minutes until the MLB slate locks. Man, I love baseball for that reason.
Yeah, baseball is absolutely awesome. Oh my goodness, this poor Tampa Bay pitcher is getting absolutely rocked in Oakland. Did you see this? Oakland's up by
No,
3 runs already. It's back to last
wow.
night all over again.
I have some Tampa exposure there, but I did not play any Tampa pitchers.
I have Tampa exposure as well. So I was the reason I looked was because I was curious of when my guy was going to come up, but I see he walked the first guy, walked the second guy, and then gave up a home run, and then got a strikeout, and then walked the third guy. So it's a lot of walks for Mr. Romero over there.
They
Um,
have some serious concerning issues. Tampa will have to keep an eye on them. Their bullpen's just wrecked if this
yeah,
is going as poorly as it is.
Yeah, I agree that their bullpen is definitely not where you'd want it to be at. That is for sure. Atlanta fan says have a lineup of both, but like Bryant, and I'm with y'all on Cardinals and Arenado. I'm all in. Same here. We are all in as well. Favorite catcher on DK. I like if you use that catcher from St. Louis in Kanizer. He's a solid pick just because it gives you more exposure to that team. But I also think a potential guy that's going to go under the radar a little bit today that could be a good option. Robinson Chirinos in the 9 hole. I mean, Chirinos is a guy who recently showed us this home run power that he has. And so to have him hit in the 9 hole and be in a pretty solid spot, he's going to be what I think Pedro Severino is usually for that team. We just got some breaking news, though, from the MLB side of things that Nelson Cruz has been scratched for today's game.
Ooh.
I wonder why.
If you were planning on stacking Washington, it just got worse.
Yeah, really. Uh, I think they put Robles in the lineup now. Yeah, I think it's Robles. All right. Oh, we got our Tampa
Favorite
Bay bets
center
up.
on DraftKings or favorite catcher? Sorry, that's what happens when we have the
Hmm.
two sports at the same time.
Yeah, I think for favorite catcher. Wait, hold on. Which one is it? Is it catcher? Or is it center? I don't
I don't
know.
know, but
I don't know.
center, I will say Claxton. Favorite catcher, I will say I like Elias Diaz for Colorado a lot.
I
I
like
was
the
catching. Okay.
I like that. I like the catcher call there. But I would agree on your center call as well. Um, Bucks Suns finals rematch. I don't know, Jared. What do you think as a Bucks fan?
Yeah, that game locked now, so sure I can talk for like 30 seconds. I will say there's no real clear leader to come out of the East just yet. I love how what the Bucks did to get the Bulls for the first round, and I like the fact that if the Nets get the Celtics or the Heat, one of those teams is getting they're basically knocking themselves out, right?
Mhm.
So the work is being done for the Bucks on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah,
Now, when it comes to, so I don't have, I just have to see what the matchups are, but I'm a little bit nervous for some of those matchups for the Bucks. When it comes to the West, I don't know how much easier it could get for the Suns to make it back to the finals this year.
no,
They had an amazing record. They got to rest a lot of their starters down the stretch, and you have Luca, who just went down with an injury when he shouldn't have, which is actually worse than worse than they first expected. You have Steph Curry, who's not going to be 100% for the playoffs. John Morant, we'll see what happens, but he hasn't played really much down the stretch because the Grizzlies have been winning so much without him. So, man, I don't know. The West just seems like it's clearly Suns and nobody else.
yep, I would tend to agree there that it probably is mostly Suns and not much else to compete with. We have 4 minutes till MLB lock, so if you guys have any more questions there, feel free to ask them. But we're all set on the NBA side of things.
Yes, sir. I'm so if you guys still want some late exposure or sorry, not late exposure, some early exposure to a stack that I was not able to fit in that I really liked. I do think that the 2 through 5 hitters for the Angels could be in an amazing spot tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's the first thing you said to me when we got on the podcast, or before we got on the podcast, was that the Angels were really in a killer spot tonight. So, if you have some opportunities to get some personal lineups, you definitely should because they are in that good spot. All right, don't think we have any more questions, so we're kind of just chilling right now. Let's see NBA ownership. See
To
if
be
I
clear on the Angels, those guys are Trout, Rendon, Mayfield, Stassi. It's kind of hard to get to all of them just based on the other players that we really liked, but this would be something I would do. Um, Probably to I would pivot off of Arenado for some of these guys, and I would pivot off of maybe some other Cardinals, and then use the other Cardinals spots after you're done with the Angels, if that makes
wow.
sense.
Garland and Mobley both come in at extremely low ownerships. I had a
Whoa.
little bit of a stack approach to this first game. I don't know what you did exactly, but I like the first game a lot more than I like that second game when it comes to overall offensive environments. I think that second game you'll see some pretty solid defense on both sides. So, oh,
Yeah.
Brandon Lowe, let's fucking go, baby! Lead
Really?
off homer, yes sir.
No way.
Fuck yeah,
100%
Brandon Lowe.
exposure again.
Oh my, we are smoking hot right now, Jared. We need to stay on for the rest of the night. I might go into the
Let's
Discord
go.
right after we're done here, just to make sure I'm on the air for the rest of the night. Because it seems like whenever we're on the air, we start getting home runs.
Yeah. By the way, I have 6 players in this first game, but
Yeah.
this is my this is my 4th home run on the early only slate.
Look at you go, man. Fuck yes. This is my third. So, or no, fourth. I mean, it's technically my fourth because you had Reynolds, I guess, not in one lineup, but four overall for me, too. I think all of our home runs have been home runs that we both had. We both had Reynolds, we both had Lowe, and we both had Suzuki. So, uh, we're on fire right now.
Very nice. Very nice. I don't
Very
think I was able to get
nice.
low on DK. Uh,
You can't
no,
because
I
it
did
wasn't
not.
on. It wasn't. It's not
Oh
including
yeah,
this
good
game.
point. That's how long this day's been.
Yeah, I understand. I'm definitely there with you. Um,
I was confused. I was like, why is this not updating on DraftKings?
uh, Bacon said I should have just picked four home runs from your guys' early lineups. Yeah, you should have, man. We're in a pretty solid spot, even though Wander Franco kind of just screwed us and grounded out. But that's okay. We're gonna celebrate the low home run, and that's all we got to do. Um, all right, we have 1 minute until lock. Jared, anything final you want to get out in these last 15 seconds?
No, just again, thank you for the continued support through this transition. We've come out the gates swinging heavy, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. We plan to, take over just as usual for the MLB season. And it's been a really, really hot and smoking start to the year, and we plan on making it another one tonight.
Yep, we certainly do. I think that's it. We have no more questions, so let's get out of here. Let's go enjoy the slate. Let's smash. Obviously, here, let's see really quickly if FanDuel has updated slate times for tomorrow, because that would help us out a lot if they do. Um, Gotta wait for MLB to load, so 1 second. Maybe we won't do this on the show. Maybe we'll have to do this another time. Yeah, MLB's not
Oh,
loading
you
for
know, you
FanDuel.
want to hear something that's kind of the worst, but
What?
is interesting?
What?
FanDuel's main slate. You want to guess the time?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know if I want to. Is it 6:40?
No,
Oh, what is it?
earlier.
Oh no, how early?
The main slate locks at 12:20 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh my goodness, Jared, what are we gonna do, man? That's We have so much content to get done early on in the day. Holy crap. Tomorrow is going to be loaded. Holy shit. Okay, so you said FanDuel at 12. I wonder if DraftKings is gonna be nice and release their stuff for tomorrow too.
We had this coming. I've been dreading looking at that for like the last 2 days. So
My God. Well, bro, there's going to be so much overlay. I don't think. You know what? This is good though, because there was definitely a chance if they started the main slate any later that my power went out before lock, because we were talking about it. I've got to deal
right.
with all those storms tomorrow. So maybe this is a blessing. Maybe this is a very good thing for us at the end of the day. Jared, we have some planning to do, so we need to get out of here and plan all of the content for tomorrow, because it is going to be an early, early morning for the both of us. But let's get out of here. Any final thoughts, any housekeeping that you need to do with the members right now before we do get off the show?
Start reserving your contests for tomorrow right now.
Yeah.
That's what I would suggest.
Also, really look for some overlay tomorrow, because usually with these types of slates, when they do start that early, we have been getting a lot of overlay. So something to look out for at the very least. But let's get out of here, Jared. As always, my name is Joshua Reimer. Good night and good skill.